Hey, how's it going, everybody? Charlie Wilson here, aka Sinister Charlie. Welcome back. So, something around my neck of the woods. I guess the overweight Navy chief goes viral. I got out of the Navy in 2011, and I worked out a lot. I was a Navy fitness coordinator at one point. Yeah, I liked working out. You should, if you join the military, you should kind of like working out. Yeah, but I saw the picture he's talking about. It was more, I think it was like more than one chief maybe, but there was one chief in particular who was taking liberties at the galley. So let's go ahead and like it. This is Angry Cops, by the way. Check out Angry Cops. Needs my help. Yeah, let's go. Also, I was in the Seabees, so it was a little different. We PT'd all the time and marched around in our gear and stuff like that. So might be different.
Physical training is very important in the military. Nobody wants a fat body in their ranks.
True that.
Looking at you, Gomer Pyle.
You are a disgusting fat body, Private Pyle.
And since we've had our newly appointed Secretary of Defense, Pete Hegseth, well, he's made it a point to go running and PTing with every freaking unit he can. And that's not on accident. You can rightfully ascertain that Pete Hegseth, our SecDef, is focusing on the physical fitness and capabilities of military members in every branch.
Sure.
And we can cut through the politically correct BS here. Yes, a svelte guy with muscles or a runner that is lean and mean looks 10 times better in uniform than some disgusting slob who looks like a real-life version of the Michelin Man when they squeeze themselves like sausage links into their dress uniforms. And won't you know, that's exactly what brings us here today, because the United States Navy's Nuclear Power Training Command had some promotions earlier on this month.
Well, are they nuke techs? Then, I mean, that's a little different. They're nuke techs. I mean, what else are they going to do? They're not going to be running. What the hell?
And photos from that ceremony have spread throughout the military social media sphere like wildfire. Or like a larded up sled or a greased up deaf guy.
Yeah, nice Family Guy.
And here's the photo everybody's been looking at. From left to right, let's break it down. Fat, passing, outstanding runtime, exceeds the standards, and oh my God, what the is that? Who put an obese bowling pin in khakis? Now, I debated on whether or not it was even worth calling out this Master Chief. Yes, Master Chief.
Oh my God.
She got promoted.
I didn't even realize it was a Master Chief. Jeebus Christos. How does that happen, though? That's so weird.
From Senior Chief to Master Chief. I'm sorry she failed you. And then I came to the realization, hey, if you're gonna put it out there, then we're gonna talk about it.
All right.
Let's talk about fitness standards today. But first, a word from this video's sponsor. If you want to get your feet wet in the world of firearms, SDI is where you start. Their online courses and hands-on training that they can send to you right there at home, there's no excuse for you not to turn your favorite hobby into a potential career. Get the information that you need to kickstart a new life in the world of firearms manufacturing, shooting sports, and other categories with Sonoran Desert Institute. Get your firearms career started with SDI and click the link below to learn more. Now, I have two major issues with this photo and this entire promotion ceremony and the chief that's getting promoted in it. Actually, two chiefs, because there's the guy on the far other side that's so freaking heavy that his gut sticks out further than his titties.
I mean,
I've got bigger titties than you do.
And
well, I don't know what we're looking at there, but yeah, you see this. I didn't really see this a whole lot when I was in, not in the Seabees anyway. But this makes sense. They're from a nuke. If you've ever met a nuke tech, I mean, I'm sorry.
You can't see his gosh dang bout. So you've got a problem too there, fatty. Let's not just focus and say it's only a female issue. There's a killer whale on each side of this formation, flanking it from the left and the right. When these two heard there was going to be submarine warfare, they were thinking of the sandwiches. How many $5 footlongs do we get? So here's my two issues, right? One, hey, Chief, what the are you doing?
What the
How in the world do you not take personal responsibility for yourself and think, no, I meet the standard here?
And I'm dead sexy.
I should definitely go for this. I didn't know the US Navy got rid of mirrors because this female chief obviously didn't have enough time to reflect on whether or not this was a good time for a promotion. And number two, the highest issue that I have with this is the command. Shame on you, Navy Nuclear Power Training Command, for even putting this sailor in the position.
By the way, when you go to be a nuke tech, you make E5 like you go to A school for 2 years and you make E5 once you graduate, which is pretty crazy. I don't know if they still do that, but that's what it was when I was in.
You should have looked at that hot bag of garbage and said, no, nope.
No, Diabito.
You can come back when you meet the standard. Because right now, you look like somebody just filled up a garbage bag with hot dogs and then stuffed it in a khaki suit. And they can't even begin to defend themselves on, well, you know, there's a lot of people in the situation, you know, some people we put through it. Because I went on your Facebook where you posted all these photos of people graduating, a class of like 82 people. There's a bunch of officers, and not even one single person was close to being half as big as this freaking chief that you put up in front of God and everybody, smiling in her stretched out uniform looking like Pugsley freaking Adams. For Christ's sakes, her thighs are sticking out 6 inches
Why am I always under her fupa?
further than her shoulders on both sides of her body. I'm not even sure how you can tell which way is front other than her face pointing forward, because her ass end looks exactly the same as the front of her. She's got to be close to 50% over a healthy body weight. She's literally morbidly obese.
Got more chins than a Chinese phone book.
Based on how tall everybody else is, I'm assuming 5'4". And the healthy weight for somebody that's around 5'4" is probably 120, 130 pounds for a female, right? In shape running. This person's got to weigh over 180 pounds. Wouldn't surprise me if it was 210. The size of her pants, I could probably jump into one leg and have enough room for another. Now, I was looking through a couple more photos, and there's another Navy guy putting on her freaking hat.
Nice freeze frame. But this isn't meant to make fun of like fat people or anything. But if you join the military, yeah, you should really not be fat. It's probably shouldn't. Probably a good idea.
With that sweet Chiefs anchor,
Also,
is strong.
Also, it's a requirement to pass your PT test I think twice a year, from what I remember.
As the anchor, as flexible as the chain, as heavy as both of them combined times 10. And he's trying to put on her hat like, oh, I wonder if this fits. You want her for hat fits, I want her for uniform fits. The measurements you should be looking at aren't on her fucking head, it's around her waist. Now I'm going to give a little bit of leeway here. All right, look at me being generous.
Aww.
How dare I?
Aww.
Some people are saying that based on the awards that she has and the pins and where she's graduating from, she's probably in a nuclear sub, and those people are hard to find and come
I don't think that's the case.
by when you go that high into the enlisted ranks. And if you're gonna go that deep into a specialty, it's difficult to find people with that high level of knowledge and experience to stay in the field that are qualified mentally for the job. And I can understand that. But at the same time, you don't get this big because of one 4-month deployment under the water, not having any physical fitness or activities to really focus on and take your mind off the job. You get this big from sitting on your pock-marked ass, eating Cheetos and licking your fingers clean, as well as every other member of the ship, and not properly tracking your diet. There is zero self-control when I look at a person like this in uniform.
I can't stop eating.
When you see a ho-ho, just say no.
It's a vicious
So
cycle.
yes, I can absolutely side with the Navy in saying, hey, there's a finite number of people that we have to choose from when it comes to this specialty. And I can also have my cake and eat it too and say, maybe we don't pick the fattest one that can't fit through a porthole. Now this is unconfirmed, but at the moment, there are 2 from that class of Master Chief, 2 individuals whose rank is currently being held until they meet physical fitness requirement standards by the next, I think it was pay period or the following month. If that's true, you might want to put that out there to save your ass there, Navy.
Yeah.
Trust me, there's a lot of ass that needs saving. And as much as I applaud you doing the right thing and saying, all right, hold on, we've got to make sure that they pass it. I don't exactly trust you to do the right thing when the spotlight's no longer on you. Hey guys, it's been a month. Get out of here. Here's your rank. We won't double check on it. And you might think you're being slick when you let that slide. But if they don't meet the standards that they're supposed to meet, both male and female, their subordinates are gonna see that real quick. How hard are you gonna roll your eyes when this front butt in uniform tells you you don't look professional? You need to shave because you don't look professional in uniform. There's a standard that you need to maintain. What's the standard? The standard unit of measurement for you is a kiloton. I made a video, I think it was last year, about the Navy being the fattest branch, and holy did you take that title and run with it? Well, I shouldn't say run.
To be fair, I have seen a lot of rotund people in the Navy, but no chiefs. Like that wouldn't fly, I don't think. Especially not in the Seabees. But you have, everybody has their, people. Sorry.
On with it. I guess sit down and eat with it. Now, as critical as I am being about this male and female sailors' weight, I will say I'm rooting for you.
Yeah, me too.
You made a mistake.
Me too, actually.
You didn't get anybody hurt. You're just fat, which is what you are.
Just fixable.
You're fat. But of all the things in life, that's probably the easiest to solve. It's not a marriage. It's not PTSD. You don't need therapy for a long period of time and somebody to talk to. Although you do need therapy, but it's a physical therapy, not a mental one. You count your calories. You just eat less. You do less of something. You shovel less in your mouth. And perhaps that's one of the reasons why I'm so frustrated. You don't get this from understanding what a calorie deficit is. Do you know how much additional food you have to eat to pack on an additional 50% of your own body's mass?
Want my baby back, baby back, baby back.
The underlying issue of why everybody is so pissed off about this person being promoted is that you can see there's no discipline. There's no self-control. There's no accountability. So what the are we doing promoting this person? And why in the world are you thinking that you're ready for a promotion? The selfishness and naivety, the inability to read the room of saying, you know what? I know I'm a little out of shape, but I can handle it. I deserve this. I meet the standard. No, you don't. So if there is a silver lining out of what we get out of this entire video today, is that you have a little bit of hope, Chief, but don't you squander it. Because I'm telling you right now, your subordinates will send me a photo of you with your Master Chief anchor and stars on your collar. When you go to your next command and say, guess which bloated buffoon buoyed their way over here and is now in charge of me, telling me I need to shave or that my uniform isn't kept to the way and standard that it should be, etc., etc., etc. The best way to support the channel is get yourself a shirt. E4 Mafia, George Washington Gathering the Goons. I'm gonna have a new t-shirt come out this month. It's only gonna be up for 30 days. I'm waiting for it to get finished. Very excited about that. Cheapest way to support the channel is leave a comment. Tell me what you think about these two chiefs, huh? Teletubby and the Michelin Man with the whole bunch of front butt. See you next time, weirdos. And to be completely transparent, allow me to share with you my PT test scores.
Okay. When are we going to see them? Because the last one I did was outstanding. Okay. Anyway, yeah, my the last PT test I did, I got an outstanding. I think I ran a mile and a half, 9:15, possibly 9:30. A bunch of push-ups, sit-ups. So yeah, I took that shit very seriously when I was in. But anyway, thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. Please like and subscribe down below. Makes me feel good inside. Helps out the channel. If you have any recommendations for any other videos, please let me know in the comments. Bye.